Now at 5 a.m. on WKYT this morning, the father of a slain state trooper will be in Frankfort later today to discuss officer safety with House Speaker Greg Stumbo.
Authorities in Louisville are trying to find an escaped inmate this morning after a jailbreak.
And later tonight, a community will be gathering to remember a Bath County teenager who has been badly injured in a crash.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning to you and welcome in. It's great to have you along with us here on this Tuesday. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Hope you're having a great start to your day. Fall is here this week.
That's right. This is the last full day of summer. So
Is
keep
it?
that in mind.
Wow.
Fall arriving tomorrow. Let's check in with meteorologist Micah Harris on a beautiful start to the day.
Yeah, it's kind of like, where is the year going? I mean, it is flying by. Now we're going to be in fall tomorrow. It feels like it this morning. I guarantee that as you're walking outside. Clear start to the day. Temperatures, check these out. 46 in Danville. That goes for Perryville too. And then work your way into Lancaster. Go off into Nicholasville. And we're sitting there as we're holding on to the upper 40s. It's a chilly start. Richmond, my friends there, Berea, Waco, you guys coming out at 48 degrees. By the afternoon, it's 77. It's a really good feel, maybe a degree or two higher than yesterday. But fantastic weather all week long until we hit the weekend. And that's when we have a bit of a dicey situation. It's not a big situation, but, you know, things change. I'll show you that coming up just about 10 minutes.
Okay, thank you. We'll see you then.
Happening today, the father of a slain Kentucky State Police Trooper, Joseph Ponder, will be at the state capitol to meet with House Speaker Greg Stumbo.
The lawmaker is proposing new legislation that would outfit police cruisers with bullet-resistant technology. WKYT's Mark Barber is joining us live from Frankfort to tell us more about it. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. The meeting that is going to start more of these conversations will be at 11 a.m. today, and House Speaker Greg Stumbo will be here along with the father of slain Kentucky State Trooper Joseph Ponder. Now, again, they will be discussing ways to outfit police cruisers, state troopers' vehicles with bullet-resistant materials on the windshield of those vehicles. Now, the press conference, again, will begin at 11 a.m. in room 129 here in the Capitol Annex. The father of the slain trooper, Joe Ponder, will also be here, and they're going to be discussing how to make safety a better issue here in Kentucky for those state troopers who are putting their lives on the line every day. Now, we are still expecting to learn more about this proposal later today. At this point, we do know that they are hoping to retrofit cruisers with a bullet-resistant laminate film. Now, Greg Stumbo, again, the Speaker of the House, says that that's something that could have changed the outcome in Ponder's case. As you will remember, he was shot and killed back last Sunday, when just during a normal routine traffic stop in Lyon County. Now, the Speaker of the House says that this suggestion has been pitched and has been suggested to them both by law enforcement trainees and retired personnel. Of course, this is still very much in the discussion stage. Nothing is being put to a vote. Nothing is being looked for approval at this time. However, we do know that other legislators have been invited and will be attending this morning's meeting as well. We hope to bring you a little more about what they're hoping to do starting at 11 a.m. today. Live in Frankfort, Mark Barber, WKYT.
No, you will. Thanks so much, Mark. Happening now, authorities in Louisville are searching for an inmate after a jailbreak.
It's ongoing right now. Corrections officers tell us that 37-year-old Christopher Cornelius and 29-year-old Matthew William Johnson were on work detail when they escaped. Authorities tell us Cornelius has been caught and has some minor injuries. Johnson is still on the run this morning. They say the two men used bed sheets to shimmy down the side of the jail building and escape. That's right in the middle of downtown Louisville there. Authorities tell us that they were arrested for heroin possession and will now, of course, be facing added charges related to their escape. Later tonight, a central Kentucky community will be coming together to pull for a teenager who's been badly injured in a wreck.
That vigil for 16-year-old Aaron Williams will be at the Montgomery County High School football field. WKYT's Victor Puente is joining us from our live desk with more on this. Victor?
Good morning, guys. Aaron Williams has been at UK's Chandler Hospital since Saturday. He's had hundreds of visitors, and last night multiple vigils came together to support him and his family. His father tells me he was on his way to a homecoming dance in Bath County when he lost control of his car in the rain. He slid off the road and hit a tree. Another driver pulled him from his burning car. His mother told me he has severe head trauma. They were asking for prayers, saying his recovery would take a miracle. Last night, a group of pastors met in Winchester. They say seeing the love Chris and Veronica Williams have for their son has been an inspiration. Now, Aaron Williams currently goes to Bath County High School, but he used to go to Montgomery County, and his family still lives there. Another vigil is planned for him tonight at their football field. Last night, his sister Kristen put a post on Facebook saying doctors told them Aaron had been improving. At the live desk, Victor Puente, WKYT.
All right, thanks so much, Victor. New this morning, Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis's legal team is responding to a claim that she altered marriage licenses. The ACLU says she altered the licenses after her release from jail, and they say it doesn't comply with regulations. The ACLU wants the office to issue the licenses it gave out before Kim Davis was released from jail. Kim Davis's attorney, Matt Staver, says, quote, the ACLU's motion to again hold Kim Davis in contempt reveals that they're interested in not the license, but rather a marriage license bearing the name of Kim Davis. They want her scalp to hang on the wall as a trophy.
We're coming up on 5:06 on WKYT this morning, and a man who's accused of stealing $700,000 in pet medications across several states is now in jail. The Knox County, Tennessee Sheriff's Department says Timothy Ross stole the items from 36 veterinary clinics in 3 states. 5 of those clinics were in central Kentucky, including Skipworth's Veterinary Clinic in Richmond. The owner says his clinic was broken into twice, and other victims tell us it's a relief to know the suspect is behind bars.
They came in and basically stole every prescription medication that we had. They totally cleaned us out. Makes you kind of on edge. You know, we're hesitant to come up here alone at night or to do anything.
The Tennessee District Attorney's Office is expected to take that case to a grand jury. Charges are pending against another suspect who was already in custody on other charges.
Well, we have new information this morning on the search for a missing man with ties to Lexington. The search for Enrique Rodriguez has been delayed until tomorrow morning, according to a GoFundMe page. Enrique is a geophysicist who went missing in Bolivia. His family was supposed to start searching yesterday, but they say they lost some resources and hired their own search party. They'll leave in an hour to begin the trip to the search site, and that's where they will start looking for Enrique tomorrow morning.
Other news, a new report shows that fewer children in the Commonwealth are dying from abuse and neglect. Back in 2007, Kentucky led the nation in child abuse deaths, and while the numbers are declining, the state is still in the top 10 worst states for neglect. But now health professionals say better education is helping keep children alive.
From an article in Pediatrics that showed a 50% reduction in abusive head trauma when families were educated with the new baby before they leave the hospital.
Dr. Frazier says that the passing of new laws that require training in child abuse recognition have also helped cut down on the numbers.
We're learning more about a woman who drowned in a Laurel County pond. Someone found 75-year-old Betty Seiler in the water off Boggs Lane near London yesterday. Investigators tell us they think she accidentally fell in while walking along the edge of the pond. She was a nurse and active member of Corinth Baptist Church. Her pastor, who's known her for decades, says she will be missed.
Great person. She really involved in the life of the church, and she and her husband served sacrificially here.
Well, funeral arrangements for Seiler have not yet been announced.
An Ohio lawyer who was disbarred in Kentucky is suing 5 of his former clients. Stanley Chesley and 3 others were ordered to pay their clients $42 million. The judgment settled those claims. Chesley took excessive fees from a $200 million settlement involving the diet drug fen-phen. Chesley filed his lawsuit to keep them from collecting the money. Their lawyer has asked to have the suit dismissed.
New this morning, a central Kentucky lake is having some issues with an algae bloom. According to the Richmond Register, state authorities say Lake Reba in Madison County has high levels of microcystin toxins. The algae can appear as a reddish or bluish green film on the water. It can cause irritation or stomach problems if swallowed while you happen to be in the water. Yuck.
Which you're not supposed to be at Lake Reba, so
you're not supposed to. Okay.
It shouldn't be an issue.
But, you used to go there a lot, right?
Go out by there, but you don't go in the water there.
Oh, I thought you went on your boat in Lake Reba.
No, not there. All right, 5:09 is our time on WKYT this morning, and we are just getting started.
The entire country is preparing for the Pope's visit, including local watering holes. We'll tell you about these beers made in honor of the pontiff coming up after weather.
Chilly temperatures this morning. By the afternoon, it feels great, and that lasts throughout your work week too. But there is a rain chance in your forecast, and I'll show you when it comes in just a few minutes.